Hello, my Cancer friends. 2026 is going to be a year full of spiritual growth, career breakthroughs, and opportunities to live with more purpose in general. You may have felt a preview of these big shifts in 2025 as Jupiter's gone through your sign, but this is the year that they really start to land. So the big planetary shifts for you definitely are huge, right? Neptune and Saturn in Aries make a huge impact for you. Now, Neptune arrives in Aries on January 27th, and it begins this long cycle until 2039. You may feel disillusioned with your current path and start asking, what truly gives my life meaning, right? Creative, spiritual, unconventional paths might be calling to you now, and that's okay, right? Compassion and helping others become central themes for you as well in this time. Now, Saturn entering Aries on February 14th, it demands structure, focus, and responsibility. So you may be finding this is a year where leadership roles, recognition, and long-term planning are very much emphasized. So key dates for career and life path insights are definitely going to be coming through in the time of February 21st to April 13th. So now, if you've been dreaming of big changes, right, 2026 will definitely show you where to focus your energy. You've been looking for clarity, and I tell you what, it's coming. So now, when it comes to money, cash flow, finances, Jupiter going through Leo on June 30th lights up your second house of money. Hasn't been here for 12 years, so this is a big thing. Jupiter is a planet of luck, opportunity, and expansion. So having it lighting up your second house of income is huge. So you can expect growth in money, pay increases, bonuses, or clients that are just ready to pay you what you are worth. See, Jupiter encourages confidence. It encourages abundant mindsets. So believing in your worth will definitely call in prosperity for you. Watch for increased expenses, though, as you embrace this energy. Jupiter has a way of, yes, bringing in great opportunities, but it can also magnify things. So when you have Jupiter going through that house of money, it can be an opportunity where you're making money like you haven't for 12 years. So just make sure you watch it, right? So strategic saving, debt reduction, or investing is definitely smart. And if that's your thought process for this year, you'll make it happen. Trust me. So from July 21st, uh, uh, in that month time frame until about August 21st ish, Jupiter is going to be making an opposition with Pluto. This is going to kind of back and forth there. And it might be demanding some bold money moves, some letting go of old thought processes around money and value in your worth, especially with South Node, that planet. It's karmic energy, right? It's going to be happening in that sector as well. So it's teaching letting go of like unproductive habits, I guess you can say, and spending wisely with your money. Now, the solar new moon eclipse happening in the second house of money and finances, it is perfect for setting financial intentions. That happens on August 13th. Now, you're having these eclipses hit in your financial sectors this year. This hasn't happened for 10 years. So not only do you have Jupiter going through bringing luck and opportunities to make money, you've got all the old stagnated energy getting puked out thanks to these eclipses and bringing in new opportunities like they haven't been for 10 years as well. So this is a huge year if you want to make major strides with your money. Now, when it comes to home, family, all things Cancer, we're looking to when Venus visits this house. That's twice, actually. It's going to be visiting from August 7th to September 10th, and then again December 4th to January 7th, moving into 2027. So this is a really good opportunity for looking how you want to bring more harmony and balance into your home. Is it financial things that need to be taken care of that brings peace? Is it emotional connections that need to be repaired? It's all about making your house home, uh, all of these things warm and inviting and harmonious, right? So small improvements, uh, are going to make huge changes, right? These retrograde periods also might cause some minor family tension conflicts to come up. So, patience and balance are definitely going to be key, especially as we have that Venus retrograde at the end of the year. There might be a lot of old family issues that are resurfacing, and that's okay, right? Reflect on your values, right? We talked about that. Values are huge and they are important right now as Jupiter moves through that second house. What really matters to you and what you really value now is going to be coming to light this year. So don't let other people take that from you or dictate to you how that's going to be. So it's definitely going to be a time for reflecting on those boundaries, reflecting on those family needs from October 25th to November 14th. And then once those things end in that retrograde, smooth harmony happens again, right? Once Venus goes direct. Now, when it comes to relationships and love, January is the most relationship focused month for you. Use January 2nd to the 21st for communication, planning, and showing appreciation. Mars gives long relationship planning opportunities and goal setting until January 23rd. So now Venus in September, when we start focusing on that retrograde phase that I was kind of talking about there, it encourages for everybody just rediscovering joy and romance in our relationship. So you might find that towards the end of the year. And it gives you time for reassessment on what it is that you need. Now, Mercury retrograde, October 24th to November 14th, it may bring some miscommunication too, especially when it comes to love or children in the relationship as well too. So just keep an eye out for that. Recognize where communication is going to be key to making this a little bit more harmonious. So when it comes to children too, let's look at that fifth house of happiness, joy, and children. Like we said, Venus and Mercury in that fifth house highlight those hobbies, the things that you do daily, creativity, romance, family life, right? All those things. Now, as Venus goes through Scorpio between September 10th and October 3rd, it might encourage some indulgence, right? And that's okay. It's okay to find what brings you happiness and what brings you joy. Jupiter going through your sign last year was trying to bring that anyway. And the more that you can live in happiness, the more that you can manifest the things that you love, right? So this retrograde period also has you looking to the past, on the things that have brought you happiness, the things that are priorities to you, the things that you need. And as Mercury, September 3rd through December 6th, as it transits through here as well, it gives some deep introspection and to really clarify those things that do bring you happiness. If you didn't get that memo last year, it's coming through pretty hard then. Now, when it comes to just expansion in general, right? That ninth house of travel, philosophy, self-discovery, discovery in general, they're really going to be highlighted between in the month of February. So exploring new ideas. Maybe you want to take some courses and expand yourself. Maybe you want to do a little bit of traveling. That's okay, right? Because kind of in the same time frame, you've also got the North Node, which is kind of where our soul is moving towards now, really pushing you to try some new things, right? And that's okay, right? It's okay. This is an inspiring time. This is where you're getting some breakthroughs and aha moments on what it is you need to do to really lean into these money-making opportunities. Maybe there's some creative things that you've wanted to try and to do. Get yourself on Etsy, get yourself doing some things where you're using your skills to bring in some financial buffer there. This is a really great time frame at the beginning of the year for that. And then in that same time frame, we also have Mercury retrograding in Pisces, and it kind of might work against you a little bit. So just be careful. It can cause some delays, right? And that's okay. Just trust the process. Double check your plans. You're going to be fine, right? That North Node is really encouraging you to chase your dreams. Even if they seem illogical, even if some roadblocks pop up, keep pushing through, right? And as we have that full moon in August, it really is going to be revealing progress towards your meaningful life goals. Full moons have a way of bringing things full circle. So the things that you get started in February, you'll see them taking root in the end of August, moving into September. Now, when we look at your friends and networks, communities that surround you, Uranus and Taurus is really reshaping the friendships in your life. And I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. The connections matter more than the superficial ones, right? You want depth. And adjustments are going to be continuing until springtime, end of April, to align your circle with growth, connecting you with people that actually fit who you are now, not who you were in the past. Cancer has a way of staying in situations for familiarity and comfort, not because it's good for you. So you may be carrying people your entire life that no longer fit with who you've grown into now. And you may be seeing that. You may have already been seeing that as Jupiter went through your sign last year. But Mars, especially this year, as it's moving through this 11th house, where it hasn't been for a couple of years, it's really supporting um, proactive engagements with friends, right? Leadership in the communities that you belong to, and the connections that you make in different industries as well. So if you're looking to expand yourself to make those money making opportunities, having Mars going through there is really going to give you that confidence and the courage to connect with different groups, whether online or in person, to really get your stuff out there and let yourself be seen. Now, when it comes to like rest and retreat, Uranus is moving out of that 11th house where it's really been flipping the script on friendships over the past several years. Now it's moving into that 12th house of the subconscious mind and karmic past lives, things like that. The hidden subconscious mind. And it's going to be entering April 26th, and it's going to be there for 7 years. And this is where you're really going to be deepening your soul connection. You're reinvesting your energy in what you see as spirituality and really connecting with what your inner guidance is telling you. Now, as Mercury moves through there, May 17th through June 1st, you may notice an increase in mental chatter. Use these insights to really slow down and hear what your higher self is telling you. This is a time for carving out uh, special time just for you, for solitude, for wellness, for reflection, because this is the beginning phase of what the next 7 years has to bring to you. And in this 12th house of the unknown, this might be where you realize that maybe you're not ready to just get out there and be in the world as much. You want to spend more time with yourself and what your inner self is telling you. That's great, right? Focus on that. Focus on the energy that comes through in those quiet times, and focusing on maybe meditation, new spiritual practices to help you really get in tune to listening to what that Cancer intuition is telling you. Now let's look at birthdays. Now, if your birthday doesn't show up, that doesn't mean that these things aren't going to happen for you. You may find that some of them work for you, some of them don't, but this is just specific uh, planetary alignments that are going to be happening for you. Now, if your birthday lands between June 21st and June 26th, Neptune out there is going to be squaring your sun. So what that means is that creative and spiritual growth are huge. Letting go of what our sun tells us, and our sun represents our ego. And our ego likes to tell us that we can't do things. So this is a year of telling it that you can and that you're ready to move forward. Now, if June 21st to July 8th is where your birthday lands, Saturn out there in the sky might be challenging your sun a little bit as it squares up against it. So boundaries and responsibilities are going to be at the forefront for you this year. Setting limits with those who take from you, moving past the people that you've outgrown, And maybe just, like I said, setting limits with people that you can't really control, family maybe as much, but also setting limits and boundaries with yourself, with how much time you're going to allow, and how much energy you are going to be giving to others, right? So if June 21st through July 9th is where your birthday lands, Jupiter's fusing with your sun. So growth, abundance. This is the year of having the Midas touch. This is a very positive year of growth and expansion for you. Now, if your birthday is on July 14th, the new moon is actually going to be landing on your sign. And that's a huge thing, right? That is a gateway saying that this is where new beginnings are going to be happening for you, especially as we move into the next year of 2027. That's the thing we always have to look at, right? Not just where the eclipses land for us, but also, of course, we know that that's happening in your financial sectors this year, but we look to see where the new moons are because that's where we plant our seeds of intention. And like I said, that's July 14th. But then the full moon on January 13th is where you're really going to be releasing those outdated things that don't work anymore for you, too. So those are your moons this year. But in general, right, Cancer 2026 is overall a year of growth. It's a year of meaning and it's a year of personal evolution from your career to your finances to your love life, friendships, and just happiness in general. This is your roadmap to a transformative year. So make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising horoscopes that I have on here. um, Also, I have my wonderful little book that I will have linked below too. It's my 2026 astrology workbook that helps you to understand astrology in general, how it impacts your birth chart. But then I also go month by month and I explain what's going to be happening. I have journal prompts and insights for each of the new moons and full moons, the eclipses, all these major events to really harness the power of astrology in your life for 2026. So be sure to check that one out as well too. But thank you so much everybody for watching. Um I hope that this is going to be a wonderful year for you. Uh and I send you light and love. Thanks for watching. Bye.